Do you freak out when you feel you're getting close to a man? Have you ever wondered why some relationships feel more fulfilling than others? Do you find it hard to open up with people or in relationships? The answer lies in the power of vulnerability. In this video, I'm going to break down the levels of appropriateness for vulnerability to make it easier for you to open up. And with this new knowledge, you will be able to form stronger bonds in your relationships. Welcome to my new viewers and welcome back to all of my elite ladies. Thank you for joining me here, where we empower women to embrace their true selves and create meaningful connections with our three pillars: faith, family, and femininity. I'm your host, Nicole Michelle, your mentor in love, like Naomi guided Ruth. And today on Inner Beauty TV, we're exploring the incredible impact of vulnerability and authenticity in relationships. Throughout this video, we'll cover actionable tips you can implement right away to cultivate more genuine connections and strengthen your existing bonds. And don't forget to stick around until the end for a bonus tip that can take your relationships to the next level. Understanding the appropriate levels of vulnerability at each stage is crucial for building healthy, authentic connections. By being mindful of how much we share and when it's appropriate to do so, we can create a solid foundation of trust and respect in our relationships. I created a pyramid to illustrate what we are discussing today. The vulnerability pyramid is a fascinating concept that illustrates how we gradually open up to others as our relationships progress. Here, each representing a different stage of vulnerability. The vulnerability pyramid illustrates how people gradually develop closer, more trusting relationships as they open up to others over time. At the base, we interact with strangers. As comfort grows, we engage more openly with acquaintances, friends, and close friends. The next level includes parents, children, best friends, where deeper bonds form. Finally, the pinnacle of vulnerability is with one's spouse. As we work our way up, sharing more of ourselves to each stage, we create opportunities to build understanding and intimacy with the important people in our lives. Let's explore the first level of vulnerability. This would include strangers, like the general public, people we do not know or they're unfamiliar. When we encounter strangers, whether it's at the grocery store or public transportation or at a social event, our interactions are usually brief and superficial. We might exchange pleasantries, comment on the weather, or ask for basic information, but we tend to keep personal details to a minimum. This cautious approach to engaging with unfamiliar people is a natural defense mechanism. It allows us to assess the situation and gauge whether the person is trustworthy before revealing more about ourselves. In these initial interactions, it's essential to maintain boundaries and avoid oversharing personal information that could make you vulnerable to potential risk or discomfort. However, this doesn't mean we should be cold or unfriendly towards strangers. Small acts of kindness like offering a smile, holding the door open, or providing directions when asked can go a long way in making others feel welcomed and respected. The key is to find balance between being polite and maintaining a safe level of distance. Some appropriate topics for conversation with strangers might include current events, popular culture, or shared experiences in the immediate environment, such as waiting in line or attending the same event. By sticking to neutral subjects and avoiding sensitive personal matters, we can navigate these interactions with ease and gradually build a foundation of trust before moving on to deeper levels of vulnerability. As we move up the vulnerability pyramid, we encounter relationships with a slightly higher level of familiarity and shared experiences. These are the people we interact with regularly in specific contexts, such as work, school, or community groups. While we may not consider them close friends, these relationships play a significant role in our daily lives and provide opportunities for collaboration, learning, and social support. At this stage, we begin to reveal more about ourselves, sharing our hobbies, interests, and some personal anecdotes. However, it's essential to maintain appropriate boundaries and be mindful of the context in which we're interacting. For example, at work, we may discuss our personal goals, challenges, and successes, but we might hesitate to share more intimate details about our personal lives. Similarly, with classmates or club members, we can bond over shared passions and experiences related to the group's focus. We might discuss our favorite books in a reading club or talk about our fitness journeys with workout buddies. These conversations help us build rapport and establish a sense of camaraderie within the group. When interacting with neighbors, we may share information about our families, our pets, or home improvement projects. These casual conversations foster a sense of community and can make us feel more connected to the people living nearby. It's important to remember that while we may feel more comfortable opening up at this stage, we should still be mindful of maintaining professionalism and respecting others' boundaries. Oversharing personal issues or engaging in gossip can lead to discomfort or conflict in these relationships. In the third stage of the vulnerability pyramid, we find ourselves surrounded by people with whom we've developed genuine friendships and stronger connections. These individuals have earned our trust through shared experiences, mutual interest, and emotional support. Friends, associates, and even friends of friends fall into this category, as they are people we feel comfortable opening up to on a deeper level. At this stage, we begin to share more personal stories, revealing our hopes, our dreams, our fears, and vulnerabilities. We might confide in a friend about a challenging situation at work, or seek advice on a personal problem, or celebrate a significant milestone together. These conversations help us build intimacy and strengthen the bonds of our friendships. Friends provide a safe space for us to be ourselves, and we often turn to them for emotional support during difficult times. We can laugh, cry, and be silly with our friends, knowing that they accept us for who we are. This level of vulnerability allows us to form meaningful connections and create lasting memories together. However, it's essential to remember that even in friendships, there are still boundaries that need to be respected. We should be mindful of our friends' comfort levels and avoid pushing them to share more than they're ready to reveal. It's also crucial to practice active listening and offer support without judgment when our friends open up to us. In this stage, we also encounter friends of friends and associates who may not be as close to us but still play a role in our social circles. With these individuals, we might engage in friendly conversation, share amusing anecdotes, and discuss common interests as well. While we may not delve into the deepest aspects of our lives with them, these interactions contribute to a sense of belonging and help us expand our social networks. At the fourth stage of the vulnerability pyramid, we find the people who are closest to our heart, our parents, our children, close relatives, and best friends. These are the relationships that have stood the test of time, weathered countless ups and downs, and provide us with an unshakable sense of love, belonging, and support. Our family members have known us since childhood, witnessing our growth and development over the years. They have celebrated our successes, comforted us during our failures, and have been a constant presence in our lives. With our parents and close relatives, we can share our deepest fears, insecurities, and dreams, knowing that they will love and accept us unconditionally. Similarly, our children look to us for guidance, love, and emotional security. As parents, we have the unique opportunity to create a safe and nurturing environment where our children can express themselves freely and develop a strong sense of self. By being open and vulnerable with our children, we teach them the importance of emotional intelligence and help them build resilience. Our best friends are the chosen family we've cultivated over time. These are the people who have seen us at our best and worst and still choose to stand by our side. With our best friends, we can share our most intimate thoughts, fears, and aspirations without fear of judgment. They provide a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on, and a hand to hold through life's toughest challenges. In these relationships, vulnerability is not just encouraged, it's essential. By opening up to our closest loved one, we create a deeper level of emotional intimacy and strengthen the bonds that tie us together. We can have honest conversations about our struggles, our hopes, and our dreams, knowing that we will be met with empathy, understanding, and unwavering support. It's important to note that while these relationships provide a safe space for vulnerability, it's still crucial to respect each other's boundaries and privacy. We should never take for granted that trust that our loved ones placed in us and always strive to be worthy of that trust through our actions and words. At the very pinnacle of the vulnerability pyramid, we find the most intimate and profound relationship of all, the one we share with our husband. This is the person with whom we have chosen to build a life, to share our hopes and dreams and vulnerabilities, and to love unconditionally through the joys and challenges of marriage. In a healthy and loving marriage, vulnerability is not just present, it's the very foundation upon which the relationship is built. With our spouse, we can be our truest, most authentic selves, revealing the depths of our hearts and minds without fear of judgment or rejection. We share our greatest hopes and deepest fears, our proudest moments and our most painful struggles, knowing that we will be met with understanding, compassion, and unwavering support. Vulnerability in marriage requires a level of trust and emotional intimacy that goes beyond any other relationship. It means being willing to be seen, like truly seen by our husbands. It means having the courage to have difficult conversations, to admit when we are wrong, and to ask for help when we need it. Doing this doesn't mean we're no longer deserving of their love. In fact, it's the opposite. In these vulnerable moments, we need them more. And owning where we need them allows our husbands to show up for us with emotional support. This, ladies, opens the pathway to pure emotional intimacy that bonds a couple together through thick and thin. It means being open to growth, both individually and as a couple, and being willing to put in the work to continually strengthen and nurture the bond we share. When we embrace vulnerability in our marriage, we create a safe haven of love, trust, and acceptance. We build a relationship that can weather any storm, celebrate any triumph, and find joy in the simple moments of everyday life. We learn to communicate openly and honestly, to listen with empathy and understanding, and to support each other's dreams and aspirations. It's important to remember that vulnerability in marriage is not a one-time event, but a daily practice. It requires ongoing effort, patience, and commitment from both parties. It means being willing to show up day after day with an open heart and a willingness to grow together. As we stand at the top of the vulnerability pyramid, we can look back and see how each stage has prepared us for this ultimate level of intimacy. From the cautious interactions with strangers to the deep bonds we share with family and friends, every relationship has taught us valuable lessons about trust, empathy, and the power of human connection. The vulnerability pyramid is a powerful reminder of the importance of authenticity and openness in our relationships. Remember, vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. It takes courage to be open and authentic with others, but the rewards are immeasurable. As you navigate your own relationships, take the time to reflect on where you are in your vulnerability pyramid and consider how you can practice appropriate levels of sharing and openness with the people in your life. If you're loving this content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want even more exclusive tips on embracing your femininity and becoming a true socialite, be sure to download the Feminine Elite Society app, available on both iOS and Google Play stores. Don't miss out on this opportunity to elevate your feminine journey. And as promised, here's your bonus tip for mastering vulnerability and authenticity in relationships. Practice self-disclosure gradually. Start by sharing small things, low-risk aspects of yourself, and gradually work up to more personal and vulnerable topics. And the more they reveal themselves to be supportive of you, the more you can reveal. And the more they reveal, the more you reveal. And the more you support each other, the more you can ascend to the top of the pyramid together. This approach allows you to build trust over time and ensures that you feel comfortable and safe in your relationships. So there you have it, ladies, the power of vulnerability and authenticity in relationships. Thank you for watching. And remember, I love you and Jesus Christ loves you. And until the next time, keep the faith, baby. Peace.